यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ओम ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Sri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 26 of 13th chapter. श्री भगवान उवाच यावत् संजायते किंचित सत्वं स्थावर जंगमं क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ संयोगात् तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ। After elaborating 5 stages of spiritual life, Bhagavan gives knowledge about the secret of samsara. What is the secret of samsara? Because there must be a cause for every suffering which we undergo in our life. So life, it seems to be mixture of happiness and sadness, isn't it? But according to the drishti, a vision of Vedanta, it says the happiness, what you think as an happiness, it's not the happiness. It is the other side of sadness. Therefore, both have to be kept in one name or under one topic. The topic is known as samsaram, suffering. Because every sadness brings a kind of longing, that longing which urges to get happiness. Then again, every happiness brings the longing which is in the form of not leaving that happiness. Nobody is ready to give the happiness up. They want to catch hold of it. It's known as attachment. Now, detachment towards unhappiness, attachment towards happiness, both are endowed with longing. Wherever there is a longing process, it can be kept under the topic which is known as suffering. And in general life, a person who doesn't have awareness of any spiritual text, text like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutra, even the text like Yoga Shastra, Mimamsa and Sankhya and Nyaya Vaisheshika are text about yogasana, Hatha Yoga Pratipika. And there is an Upanishad called Atma Bindu Upanishads, which talks about Dhyana. It is also known as a Dhyana Bindu Upanishad, Garbha Upanishad. So there are Upanishads which talks about meditation completely. According to the theory of Patanjali, this person, one who doesn't have the knowledge of any one of these books, but he will be endowed with questions, the questions which occurs in all human minds. Why are we born? Why the God has given this world? Why he created? What is the purpose of creating this world? Sometimes when we are happy, the questions disappear. When we are suffering, the questions appears in our mind. Why this birth is happening? I mean continuously happening. Therefore, I made it is happening. It's happening continuously. So every second there is a process of birth which is taking place in our body, because body is rejuvenating, second by second. It means continuous birth is going on, continuous death is going on. So once in a while, total body is changed. That's what we experience as a death. Then again birth. Why this cycle? What is the main reason? Is there any cause? Yes, there is a cause. But if I say that reality of the cause, you may not feel that answer is satisfiable. I mean, you may not get satisfaction. But that is the original cause. For example, when we study the science like a quantum theory, the quantum theory, it describes the whole gross world is caused by subtle energy. Okay, it talks, somehow it's similar to Vedanta, but subtle thing can cause the gross thing. Now that's what is given. The cause of the creation is nothing but the mistake which is committed by Jivatma. So who is Jivatma? So I am a Jivatma, you are a Jivatma, and whoever, other than both of us, so they are called Jivatma. Jivatma means the consciousness which is endowed with body-mind complex. Now the mistake of mine causes for my birth. Mistake of yours causes for your birth. The mistake of everybody causes their birth. Wrong identification. The wrong identification with what? Wrong identification with ourself. Ourself, which is not limited, which is introduced in the Bhagavad Gita from the 2nd chapter up to the 13th chapter. That all chapters only focuses on only that subject. What is that? That's the consciousness. Now the individual consciousness which is mistaken, wrongly understood. We are not identifying ourselves with our consciousness, we are identifying ourselves with the matter called Kshetram. Now Kshetrajna, when he identifies wrongly with body, mind and sense complex, then the birth takes place. But also we can say, so in the beginning, in the first time when I had mistake, at that time I would have not got body, therefore we call it Anadi. But hereafter, we are not answering how this body came for the first time. No, the process is said. Because of mistake, the creation happens. That mistake is said here as the conjunction of two realities. What are they? Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Kshetra means what? Body, mind, sense complex. Kshetrajna means what? The knower of that body, mind and sense complex. Now the conjunction of both means what? So which cannot be connected, because consciousness is endowed with freedom. But this matter principle which is known as Kshetram, it depends on the consciousness. But consciousness mistakenly thinks that I am depending on this body, mind, sense complex. That's what the connection is. The connection which is due to the mistake which is what? Wrong identification. Now I have free will to identify myself with which I have a kind of interest. If I am made as a manager of a company, I can identify with that post. So when I sit in the chair means in the chair which is endowed with power, that understanding, I am the manager of this company. Then I can deal like a manager. I can transact like the manager. I can make the decision like a manager. That identification is taken place with the help of our free will. That's what Bhagavan says. You can identify by using your free will whatever you want. You can identify yourself as a driver for a car, or you can identify yourself as a conductor of a bus, or you can identify yourself with your people as a leader. That depends on you. So, purposely, we are ready to identify. If somebody who wants to identify himself as a father, he should work, means he should get married, he should take care of the family, and he should ready for that stage. I don't call it stage or state, whatever it is, you just understand. If you want to become a father, you should be ready to take care of your family. So now you are ready to identify yourself where that stage. Being a father, you may enjoy. Deliberately we wish to become somebody. So that deliberately if I do with the help of my free will is not considered as a mistake, isn't it? It's not a mistake. If somebody is going for a company to become a manager, it's not mistake. So that job is done with awareness. There is nothing wrong with that. If at all he suffers after becoming a manager, he won't blame others because he willingly took this opportunity. So nobody can be blamed. So he may become self-pity and he will make effort to come out of it. That's another thing. But here there is a mistake which is committed without awareness, without will is involved. That free will which is not utilized properly. Now this mistake causes for the conjunction. The mistake which is in the form of identifying with improper thing. So whenever I ask, what is your name? So immediately you will say my name is Guhatmananda. It's a little bit long, Guhatma. Or people, one person came and asked, Swamiji, your name seems to be very long. Swami Guhatmananda Saraswati. It's, don't you feel it's very long? I said, yeah, I don't feel anything wrong because I'm not carrying it on my head. And even that name it is given for the sake of you people to recognize me, so where I belong and what I am going to do. So name is a kind of indication to give a proper understanding about what I am doing now. But if I commit the mistake, if I involve that name or if I identify that name with this Sharira, that's my mistake. That I won't do. If I am undergoing the knowledge of Shastra, nobody will be ready. If anybody calls Radhava, Rama, then that person looks at them. He turns and looks at them and responds. The name is given to the soul, to the consciousness, not to the body. Now Rama is 50 years old. I am 50. You are not 50. You are not 60. You are not 70. But for the sake of transaction, we may use that methods to specify, because all the transaction depends on this Sharira alone. But inside of you, what I am saying, in your buddhi, you have to be very clear. I am not this body, mind and complex. So I have to identify properly myself with myself. That is lagging. So why it is lagging? That is what is caused by ajnanam. Ajnana means what? Again, avidya. These are all Vedantic technical terms. Swamiji, when you began this class, so I thought, it would be very interesting because I would get the answer of my question. But again, you jumped into Vedanta and you are bringing all the technical terms and all this Jiva and Ishvara and all these things. Okay, generally I tell you why this creation happens. The creation is due to lack of understanding about ourselves. That's all. Swamiji, this also seems to be Vedanta. Yeah, you cannot escape from Vedanta. You can escape from the words of Vedanta, but you cannot escape from the concept of Vedanta, because concept of Vedanta is a fact. So the fact cannot be lost. So my mistake causes my birth. So if I correct my mistake, by correcting the cause of my mistake, then I will be liberated. What is the cause of mistake? The ignorance. Ignorance is the cause of mistake. What does it mean? The darkness. So in order to drive the darkness, if I say there is only one solution to bring light, that's all. Will you deny it? Will you be able to deny it? No. So therefore Bhagavan Krishna says, whatever the creatures have manifested, yavat sanjayate kinchit Sattvam sthavara jangamam. Sthavara sattvam jangama. Sattvam means beings. So beings are categorized into two, sthavaram and jangamam. So all the stationary things like trees, mountains, rock, and whatever the plants available in this world, they are known as sthavaram. Jangama means all movable. Birds, animals, human beings. So all of them are beings. So whatever the beings have manifested, they are because of the connection or conjunction of Kshetra and Kshetrajna. That connection is not original connection. It's as if connection. The connection which is because of the mistake of Kshetrajnaha. Now, how Kshetrajnaha will commit mistake, that's what the secret is. Somehow the mistake happened. Now we have to resolve that. We have to solve this problem by correcting the mistake. So when I understand myself, the darkness goes away. So what is that understanding? So equation, the knowledge of equation, the oneness of two things, Jiva Ishvara Aikyam. That's all. Therefore, Bhagavan says, your creation is caused by your mistake. Then Swamiji, you said one thing, Ishvara existing in all the bodies. If one person corrects the mistake, so everybody will get liberated, isn't it? No. The Ishvara who is existing equally in every Sharira, but individual effort is needed. The creation has got its own programming method. You cannot break that what is that rules and regulations of it. No, Brahma Jnanam will help if you make the effort. The efforts through the 5 stages. Therefore, Bhagavan introduced 5 stages. Finally, what Bhagavad Gita introduces? Only these 5 stages. Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. That's all. Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Jnana Yoga as described as 3 stages. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That's all completed. That is the stage through which you can correct your mistake. The mistake can be undo by learning Vedanta. That's what the answer. We'll go to next verse. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishthantam parameshwaram vinashyatsva vinashyantam yah pashyati sa pashyati. Now, in the last verse, Bhagavan gave the clarity of samsara. With that verse, he had completed the knowledge of equation. Now, from these words onwards, Bhagavan gives the knowledge of benefit of the knowledge of each equation. So, in the final words, Bhagavan said the sambandham, the connection between Kshetra and Kshetrajna is mithya sambandham adhyasa sambandham. So the technical word, false connection, the connection with the wrong identification. Though I may commit mistake by wrongly identifying myself with body, mind, and sense complex, but that consciousness is never connected. It remains as it is, Satchit Ananta Vastu. Okay, so that was the understanding with the last words. From these words, we are going to experience, I would say that, going to experience. If we would have studied properly, definitely we would experience the benefit which are described by Lord Krishna. What are the benefits? First, he says Samatva Darshanam. What is that Samatva Darshanam? So you may have a mind which has the Samatvam, equal mindedness. You will become a person who is endowed with equal mindedness. You won't feel or see the difference between the creatures, among the creatures. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishthantam parameshwaram. How it is possible? By the realization of Ishvara, who exists in all the body as an equal existence. How do we understand it? Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane kavi hastini shuni chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshanaha. No difference between inert and Chaitanya was the conscious being. Everything is pervaded by Ishwaratvam. By realizing the Ishvara who exists in equal way in all creatures, and also understanding that immortality in all mortal bodies, that person who has this capacity to understand in this way, he alone has understood, he alone understands the reality. Yaf pashyati saha eva pashyati. One who understands like this, he alone understands the reality. This is the first benefit. Swamiji, it doesn't seem to be a benefit. What is the benefit out of this? Samatva will give what? Samatva will remove all kinds of suffering. When you are able to see everybody as equal you are, all kinds of nonsense, means the cause of problem won't be there. When you see somebody who is more talented than you, you won't set a jealousy. You won't become jealous towards him. When you see the person who is less talented than you, you won't set the superiority complex towards him. That's all. Everything is equal. You think the mind which is complex free, which is ignorance free, that is what the benefit here. The mind which is endowed with purity, the mind which is endowed with clarity, the mind which is endowed with tranquility is due to this samatva. This vishamatvam brings all kinds of sufferings. The adequacy is understood. What is that adequacy? Purnatvam is realized with myself. The same Purnatvam is identified with all creatures around me. It's not like that I understand myself with incompleteness and I also apply with that. So I'm also inadequate one and all people also inadequate one. That's what the general understanding of the people without Shastram even. That which causes for all problems. Now with having the Samatvam, every problem is solved without making any efforts. Effortlessly it is removed. Automatically all problems are removed. Okay, the next words. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitam ishwaram nahi natsyatmanatmanam tato yati param gatim. Then he is liberated. The second benefit is liberation. The first one is samatvam. Due to samatvam, he is able to realize the Ishvara in all the shariras of being. Now he gets the ability, he is able to see the immortal entity in mortal bodies that causes and that brings him, and it takes him to reach the ultimate goal, to the destination which is known as liberation, moksha. So this samadarshanam, it becomes a main benefit of Shastra. Now the benefit of equation is explained with the style of Lord Krishna, because Lord Krishna never loses his track. He is bringing again to the track for our convenience by using the same technical terms which was used in the 5th chapter. Samadarshanam, Panditaha Samadarshinaha. So there itself he is told. But at that time we were lacking of the knowledge of equation. Now we are endowed with the knowledge of equation. The equation between collective consciousness and the individual consciousness. Now we are very clear. The body, mind and sense complex which is going to die. Hinatsu. Na hinasti. Atmana atmanam na hinatsi. The person who doesn't kill himself. That is the way of Krishna, the language of Krishna to be understood. He says, the people who are endowed with ajnana, or in other way we can say the people are who are lacking of the knowledge of equation, they are killing themselves. But this person who won't kill, who doesn't kill himself, but he reaches the ultimate goal, that will become more clear in the next session. We will continue tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.